Hey guys, so I've been wanting to do this for a solid amount of time. So basically, what I did is I just went into the drugstore. Well, in this case it was Ulta, but I went in the drugstore section and I got everything that I've heard hype about or that I've been wanting to try. So I'm just gonna try it all right here, right now on camera. I'll give you guys reactions, thoughts, feelings, emotions, all that good stuff. So I'm really curious mostly about this foundation, this new CoverGirl foundation, the CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made. I've been hearing a lot of buzz about. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put that on, but I'm also gonna come back later and do a wear test. So I'll film like at the end of the day, and I'll tell you guys how long it's lasted, because usually my issue with drugstore makeup is that it does not stay on all day. All right, so let's get to it. So I've talked about this on my Instagram all the time. It's the Soap & Glory Bright and Pearly Radiance Boosting Cocktail. I like to put this on my skin. It just makes everything look glowy, and I'm all about glowy these days. For eyeshadow, I've been hearing just wonderful things about Revolution makeup. So I got this palette. It's the Soph X palette, I guess. But the colors look really good. That's what sucked me in. I'll show you all the colors. So I thought this was a really good color selection. I think I'm gonna do like a nice peachy mauve look today. So the one thing I did forget to buy was eyeshadow primer, but I already know my favorite drugstore one is the L'Oreal Magic Primer, but I actually left that in Memphis, so I'm just gonna go in and use another non-drugstore one. To me, this isn't like a make it or break it of the look, so it's not that big of a deal, but if you are looking for a good one, definitely L'Oreal has an incredible one. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with my trusty tape. I'm actually out of my usual Next Care stuff, so I'm gonna do just good old Scotch tape. Sorry, Mom. I'm gonna go in this color right here. This kind of nice mauve peach. All right, stay tuned, folks. Let's see how the formula is. Okay. Ooh. Okay, looks like kind of a lot of fallout. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty though. Oh, I like that color. So I'm just putting this on my lid. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in and blend it out. Let's see how it blends. Definitely a little tricky on the blend. It goes where you want it to go. Okay, interesting, interesting. So I really like the color. It's really pigmented, which is nice. Definitely doesn't fall out too bad, but definitely falls out. Interesting. Okay, so basically it's really pigmented, but you have to put it where you want it. It doesn't blend out really. You have to put the color where you want it, and that's where it'll stay. But I mean, I got this palette, this whole palette was $16, so I'm not complaining, like, for how pigmented the colors are, and it's really smooth. So I'm going in now, whoops, sorry. Going in now with this color down here. This kind of like pink shimmery one in the crease, just to like give it a little more. I mean, once it's there, it's there. It just takes a while. Okay, we'll start with that. I have to go back and blend it. Quite honestly, I'm just a little sick of blending right now. Okay, so for foundation primer, this is the CoverGirl TruBlend Base Business Illuminating Primer. So my favorite primer right now is the Smashbox Radiance. So this is like the drugstore version of that. So let's see how this goes. Does anybody else smell their makeup? It smells good. Okay. It feels good. Feels really smooth. Now I wanted to try the CoverGirl primer with the new CoverGirl foundation just because I definitely feel like they're designed to work better together. So I'm giving it a fair shot. All right, so now for foundation time. CoverGirl TruBlend Matte Made. I'm using L60, which is the light nude color. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so now I'm taking my favorite, the Real Techniques sponge, and I'm just gonna. So just based on how it's going on right now, it's definitely like a medium coverage. And my forehead is like really tan because I went to the lake this week, but the rest of my body is fake tanned, so that's why I'm doing like a lighter color. Huh. Okay, before I judge it too quickly here, I'm gonna go on and put another layer on because it's pretty see-through at the moment. Yeah, this is definitely not a full coverage. It's looking like it's buildable though, which is good. So I'm not gonna judge it too quick. I'm gonna let it sit for a sec, but right off the bat, I'm really not loving it. Just not really doing what I want it to do, which is kind of frustrating. All right, so far not a fan. It just looks really really splotchy. It doesn't really do the best job at like hiding your imperfections. It kind of just like, it looks like it's sitting on top of them, which, okay, so for concealer, quite honestly, I'm a really big e.l.f. Cosmetics fan, and they have a concealer, so I was like, I'll give this a try. It was like $3. So I'm using the color Fair. Oh, that is yellow. Okay. What's this? This is a very interesting color for Fair. I couldn't swatch this one because it was in a package. That is interesting. It's like a, I don't know if you guys can see, it's like a weird like yellowy nude color. Oh, it blends out really nice though. Not a huge fan of the color, but it, oh yeah, that's pretty. So I like the actual concealer itself. I wish the Fair color was a little brighter. I wish it was a little more pink and less yellow. So that's interesting, but I think it blended out pretty well. So pretty good about that. Now for face powder, LA Girl. This is a very, very hyped brand right now. So I was like, why not try the powder? It feels good. Ooh, a lot of fallout though. Oh. Oh, I like that sheen on it though. It's got a really pretty sheen. Oh yeah, wow, I really like that. It covers really well. It's covering what the CoverGirl foundation didn't, which is nice. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. All right, LA Girl, you've got a new fan. This stuff's great. Just really matted everything out, and that looks great. Wow, I really like that. All right, so for bronzer slash contour, I decided to go with good old NYX because NYX, in my experience, I've loved everything they do. So I got this matte bronzer, and I just got this color. It's kind of like a, it looked a little orangey to me, but I was like, I'll just give it a whirl. Oh, that's nice. It doesn't come off too orange on the skin. Ooh. Oh, I like that too. Ooh, that's pretty. It's really pretty. It's a little orange. It's really not bad though. It looks oranger on camera, which is interesting. Oranger, isn't it? More orange. Ooh. Yeah, this is tricky to blend on, like on your neck. I'll have to go in with a powder brush and blend that in. So for this being drugstore, I mean, it's definitely like proving to be a little difficult to blend, but I think it does the job. It's doing its job, and it looks decent. Like, I mean, I would definitely like use that in a pinch and be fine with it, but it's probably not my favorite I've ever used. Just because the blendability, it looks a little wonky. Okay, so highlight. This, to me, has always been like a huge challenge. I feel like it's hard to find a drugstore highlight that is as pigmented as the high-end ones. So I went through and like my whole arm, I've still even got like swatch on my whole arm was just like covered in highlight, and I think this one is the most pigmented that I could find, which is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi. And this is supposed to be like powder glow, but like blush and highlight, but I'm just gonna use it as a highlight. This is the color W102 in golden. So let's give this a whirl. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, y'all can see that. That's good. I'm gonna try and put like another. Ooh, that's definitely really good. It's soft. It's nice that it's buildable. Okay, I'm into this. I'm really into this. It's definitely like a 2-layer highlight, but I really like it. I think it's really pretty. Now for blush, I went with Revlon, and this is in the color 14 Tickled Pink. And I went with this one because it looks like a NARS dupe to me. As far as it's got the pinky golden undertones. So let's see what we got here. Oh, that's good. I like this too. This is good. It's really soft but buildable. It's pretty. Yep. I like that too. It's good. Okay, so for brows, I went the e.l.f. route yet again, and I got the medium brow palette. So I'm just gonna go in and do, interesting packaging, difficult to open. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it looks like it's a cream and a powder. So this is the cream part. It seems to be blending fairly easily. It's kind of like, it looks like a dip brow dupe. That actually all blended together very well. Pretty pleased with that.
I don't wanna waste your time, so why do you wanna waste mine, boy? Cause this sucks, and I don't wanna settle for good enough, cause this ain't good enough. It's just an okay love. Bet your mama's never gonna talk to me again, and you're gonna talk about it to all your friends. But I ain't no faker, and I ain't no hater, and I ain't no player, yeah. So I guess I'm a heartbreaker.
So it's definitely not, it's good for shaping, but I mean it still looks a little splotchy as far as actually filling in. So you can see, I mean it definitely makes them look more natural, like, but I don't know, that's okay. That's just okay for me. So now I'm gonna go under my eyebrows with that same Lumi powder. Get a little nice highlight going. Okay. So for liquid eyeliner, this stuff is my go-to. It is Soap & Glory Supercat Skinny. And this stuff I think is better than the high-end stuff. It's so good. It goes on so smooth. So I'm just gonna go in and do a little baby wing. I say that and watch, it'll just be huge. Okay, so wings are done. Now, my favorite everyday lashes are Ardell, the Wispies. They look really natural. They're just good everyday lashes, so I'm gonna put these on. And then of course I'm just using my my go-to, which is the Duo Lash Glue. And since I have liquid liner on, I'm using black. But if I do powder liner, I like to do the clear because you can't see it. Okay, so I've got lashes on. They're still drying a little bit. Next I'm gonna do, so this stuff, actually some of my favorite YouTubers, and I feel like they're my long lost best friends, Lucy and Lydia, they actually came up with this false eyelash blender with Eyelure. It's their little collab with them, and this stuff is so good. It's like stickier than regular mascara, so it literally sticks your real lashes to the fake lashes, so I'm gonna go in and use that right now. Okay, so now I've got all the eyeshadow on, and last but not least, my favorite part of the whole process is lips. So the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Gloss. Been hearing good things about this. And then my favorite lip liner is the NYX, just any of the NYX liners. So I'm gonna put this all over my lips as kind of like a lipstick, and then put this on top. Oh, this NYX color is in Whipped Caviar, by the way. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the gloss. Okay, so this is definitely not, this is definitely more of a liquid lipstick. Interesting. Okay, I like it though, it's smooth. What color is this? This is 318. Bare Attraction, that's the color I use. Okay, so this is definitely like still drying. I really like how soft it is though. It doesn't feel like it'll be too drying, but who really knows. Okay, so this is the final look. Right now, I mean, I'm definitely gonna come back and tell you guys how everything held up, but right now, there was definitely nothing that I like absolutely hated. I definitely think the CoverGirl foundation is definitely something you have to wear powder over, but as far as how it looks with powder over it, I mean, it looks great to me. So yeah, I'll see you guys back at the end of the day and let you know how everything held up. Alright y'all, so I've had this on for about 7 hours now, and also don't mind my hair. I worked out and napped, so it's a little moppy. But I think that tells a lot about how well this makeup holds up. I did not touch it up at all. It's a little shiny in my T-zone, but that's normal for me, and also I had sunglasses on, so it kind of wore off around where my sunglasses were. But other than that, I really don't think that I would not purchase any of the things I talked about today. A couple notes I would say is, if you try this foundation, definitely know that you're gonna have to set it with powder in order to get full coverage, because it is medium coverage. This powder, I like this better than all of my high-end stuff, so I'm gonna start using this for sure. This highlight weirdly stayed nice and shiny all day. I even took a body shower after I worked out. Like everything on me just held up really well. So I have nothing but positive things to say. I will say the lip gloss definitely wore off after a little bit. I think what's left now is just my lip liner. So if you're gonna use this lip gloss, I would suggest putting a layer of lip liner underneath it. The only thing I probably wouldn't buy unless I had to would be the e.l.f. concealer. It's a little thin and the color really wasn't right, and there just weren't enough other color options available. So I'd say this was like in a pinch thing, like it could work, but probably wouldn't go out of my way to buy it again. The NYX bronzer, I think it ended up looking really good on my skin for contour, but it definitely is not a neck bronzer. It still didn't really blend out on my neck, so keep that in mind when you're using this bronzer. Blush was really great. Again, that color was 014 Tickled Pink. And that eyeshadow palette, I really liked it. I think it had a great color selection for $16. The formulas take a little bit to blend, but they are blendable. You just really have to work with them. But the colors are so good, and for $16, I mean, you can't really beat that. So I hope you guys like this video, and comment below any other drugstore products I should try, and I'll see you guys next time.